What's up guys, it's your boy raux, can you back it again, and as you might have guessed from the title already, today we're gonna look at aimblox if you can win only using legendary weapons. And if some of you guys don't know, there's currently a few of them, not a lot, but there's a few legendary weapons in aimblox. And if you want to know how you can guess them, aimblox, after they reworked their entire menu, we can now search by filter. Basically I can look for all the uncommon weapons, which is only the M9 right now, or the common weapons, and so on and so forth. Then we have rare, gold, which is actually not legendary. This is just rare. These are legendaries, and these are exclusive weapons, which are basically just event items and like bundle weapons basically. But yeah, today we're gonna focus on the legendaries because I think it's a very fun category. aimblox usually uses legendaries to focus on like new ideas, especially something like the frostbite, which is basically just a ginormous laser beam, as you can see from the spread level it has. And we're also going to use it because I like the frost beam and it's a good AR equivalent. Usually I try to go with a setup that kind of goes in the way like it's an AR, something for mid-range, then a booster so we can escape, then stuff like a shotgun or something as a third weapon, and the sniper as last. But since we can't use, since we only have a second weapon, select choice of weapons, we have to go with what we can. And the second gun I'm gonna use is potentially the China Lake, because I've been getting way too addicted to the Heartbreaker boost, to be honest. That's why we're gonna use the China Lake as a secondary legendary weapon. Now we're gonna look, like I said, usually for like something like a something medium range, something that can help my balance build out. And since the frostbite really only is good long range, I really want something good close range. And the boomer might be a good idea. The jack trap is not very good, but we're gonna go with it because I really want to see how it goes, because people call it the worst sniper, worst shotgun ever made. The boomer is very solid, but I don't like the boomer particularly because the reload of the boomer is very slow compared to any other gun, and it only has 2 bullets, and if you miss them, you're kind of dead. And for our fourth slot, I usually go for something long range. The twin demons are not really long range, they're kind of just spammy pistols, which are not very good. Iron pistol, it's completely useless now. Minigun, yeah, we don't talk about the minigun. Headhunter might be a choice, but I don't like it, so we're gonna go with the transmutation actually, because this thing can do range damage decently well, even though you can't put any attachments, grip and barrel. And actually I don't even have the right setup for this. I'm just gonna go with this, which should be fine. And it has a very interesting scope, to say the least. I still don't like it, but it reloads pretty fast and has 6 bullets. Like I said, the Jag is a full auto shotgun, which, by the way, a very fun tip for all of you shotgun mains out there. Stubby grip decreases your spread for some weird reason. We tested out on my weapon ranking stream, which you can find in the stream tab on my YouTube channel, by the way. And if you haven't already, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as the best way to show me that you guys like my content. And yeah, then we have the China Lake, which is, you know, the China Lake is just a China Lake. It's pretty good. And of course the frostbite, which is a big laser beam, which I really like. It's a very smooth weapon to use overall. But yeah, that's the loadout, and we're gonna see us straight in the rounds. Alright, and here we are already in the first round on Osaka. And I actually had a little round, I played a little while waiting for the round to restart, pretty much. And so far, I can say this is actually pretty interesting so far. Legendaries are not a bad weapon class at all, like a bad weapon rarity, because you would imagine that legendaries are like, oh no, legendaries are like broken weapons. Every good player uses legendaries, but that's not the case at all anymore. Like back in the days, legendaries used to be horrible. The Jag 12 used to be practically unusable, which with the stubby grip, it actually is able to one-shot someone close range, which it's actually surprising me because this thing never one-tapped when I tried it out ever. And that's why people like the super shotty, because it's reliable. But with the stubby grip, you can actually very reliably two-tap someone, like if you spam it. And I think a cool modifier for this thing would be like a cool mutator, like a weapon trait would be if like a double tap trigger. That would be kind of cool, like an attachment for this thing. Like make a bundle, exclusive attachment, double tap trigger. Also, excuse me for this low elo content, guys. I could not find a different lobby right now. But anyways, how's it guys day been? I was going alright. My day's been doing pretty fine so far. And if you asked it, then let me know in the comments. I always love reading your comments and giving hearts out. It's one of my favorite things to do, actually. But yeah, so far we've been using a lot of the Origin. But this is what I mean with try to have a flexible loadout. Because you can see, since I've been mostly fighting in the close corner range here, I use my shotgun. But since if the people move away from the spawn, I can use my frostbite, because, by the way, which is also one of the says, frostbite is one of the most consistent weapons if you have high ping, because I have around a 160 ms ping right now. No. But it's also funny with high ping. And we have the channel lake, which is kind of interesting to use for like range. This guy is very sweaty, but he uses a FAMAS, which is confusing me. Like, why would you ever use a FAMAS? And sometimes, like, even though I would say this thing is still kind of RNG dependent, this thing is like, it's so... Sometimes it's really broken, sometimes it just doesn't do anything. And sometimes it literally one-taps you out of the gate and you can't do anything. So yeah, this is very interesting actually. Like, it's really weird. I should rename this to a Jack 12 video. No, I'm just kidding. We're still gonna use the other guns, especially because we're playing 2 rounds. And Osaka is mostly a close range map, all things considered. There's a few long range elements, but I would consider it's mostly long close range. By the way, you can shoot through these if you didn't know, since they're just paper, and this is a cryonic beam, literally. Frostbite is, the thing is, Frostbite is really hard to use on medium range. I know it sounds dumb, because on close range, this thing can melt you immediately. So can it do on, like more like, how do you call it, more like long range and close range. But on mid range, it's like, this is this weird thing. Either you get lucky and hit headshots with this thing and kill them, or they're gonna melt you away, because most ARs in this game are so insanely like hipfire dependent, it's not even funny. How did I die? What? Okay, I'm just not gonna question it. Die. This is the only nice thing about the Jack. It's such a nice... You can just like click down and usually get 1 kill. But wasting 8 slugs for 1 kill is just not very kill efficient. Especially with shotguns being the weapon class that they are. Having stuff like this Bass 12, which is just like a S tier weapon. You can't give it anything else in S tier. Is this guy really going after me? I hope you're not. We broke this guy's back right there. This is what you do controller players in COD. Just go behind them with movement, and then they can't, and then they're like completely helpless. Please stay up there. No, come back. I want to shotgun you. The notorious damage of the Jack 12, the 8 damage headshot, because it hits a single bullet. Man, it's such a fun weapon to use. God damn it, man, it's actually so dumb. But yeah, I will actually probably be streaming today because I have nothing better to do anyway, so... You guys know the usual time at like 3 to 4 p.m. CEST. Usually, or UGC plus 1. UTC, I don't know the name actually, I'm actually not that smart. Actually, the only thing I know how to do is aim. But yeah, I did check. I quite like it. I actually quite like it. It's quite fun gun. Give me last kill. Thank you. This was actually pretty fun, I guess. So we're gonna see us thread in a second, and last round. Alright, and here we are in the second map. It's Slight Boost Heaven, which is quite fun, as you can see. Why do always the good players try to go against me? I just wanna chill, and making me mad won't work anymore. So stop your filthy playing, you casual. I need to stop being so negative. I use Jack 12, by the way. Don't underestimate me. Now I always find it so funny that like these high rank players always try to play against me. Why are you guys so mean? I'm just trying to have some fun with my good old friend Frostbite, which doesn't kill anything. And now I'm getting... I love as soon as I try to focus more on games. You guys don't know how I play when I'm recording and how I play when I don't record. Like when I'm recording, for me, like when I'm recording, playing gets 10 times harder because I have to like focus on my words. Is it weird to say? Like usually when I play, I'm under like 20% mental capacity. Like basically I have like 30% of my brain decided to aim and movement. Then around like 50, like the rest of the 70% is purely based on like finding words to speak and stuff like that. Go away. This is why I like having a shotgun in my loadout. First of all, it's toxic as hell, so don't do it, unless you want to annoy high ranks like me. And the second reason really is, Detective is legendary, so it fits the challenge perfectly. But we're also going to use the Frostbite a little bit, because this map does have some long range elements in it. Man, don't you just love using movement to absolutely annoy people? It's very fun, honestly, I can't deny. I quite enjoy it. Sadly, we can't use like, the thing is, I can't wait to go back to my Heartbreaker. It was so much fun using Heartbreaker. Also, this is basically what you call the Kovacs gun of Aimblox. I'm confused they don't have more because, you know, Aimblox. This game is made by the developers of Aimblox apparently, and they I know it is because they actually have a dedicated web spot to it. Like if you go to, I think if you go to aimlet.gg/Aimblox, it actually directs you to the game page, which is quite fun. Kinda just gives a confirmation, I guess you could say. And we're probably gonna be streaming. I think it will most likely be stuff like Bad Business, because I don't know what it is about Aimblox and streaming. Aimblox streaming is so boring. Because like, I don't know how to describe it, but like the Aimblox gameplay loop gets so boring so fast. The only fun thing I think with the Aimblox movement loop, like the GALIL loop, is their movement. Like doing quirky movement stuff and trick shotting is like the only enjoyment I find in Aimblox. But since I'm not a trick shot or anything, like the last time I trick shotted seriously was when I played when I played the Phantom Forces seriously, which is 4 years ago at this point. It's quite a long time ago actually. I am so dead. No, I'm not. Just I accidentally used this thing on the wrong range. And Tommy gun. Interesting gun choice. But sadly I have the way better aim gun for me because it has almost no spread. Please let this happen to me more often. Also, this is what I mean. Like, this is also the trade-off with this shotgun, I mean. Like, sometimes it just doesn't want to kill at all. I mean, you can see the first round, it actually did kill people really effectively. Not this round, though. Also, I find that this guy is very funny to sweat. He has good ping and he's still losing against me. Imagine if I was a good ping. You would be absolutely destroyed. This is what I mean. Game gap. I have half the kills, over half the kills in my team pretty much. How can I make this team gap? I mean, like that, I guess. Even if I don't win this round, I'm gonna keep this in. This is some good gameplay, actually. Don't even think about escaping. I'm not gonna let any of you rats escape me. Yes, please waste time on me. I'm pretty sure he was not above me though. Anyways, this has been it with today's video. And if you enjoyed it, then don't forget to like, comment, and obviously subscribe, as it's the best way to show me that just like the content that I make. But anyways, I hope you guys all have a nice day, evening, or night. I hope I catch you in the stream if you watched so far. And we're gonna see you straight in the next one. Ciao, ciao.